Hi, I'm Dr. Vstrom. Let's do an oil change. There's a video up here demonstrating this exact same process on a Vstrom 650, but the process, the steps are applicable to all motorcycles. It includes lots of information and tips, so if you're after this additional information, go and watch it. There's another video up here demonstrating how to easily, quickly and without removing the oil drain plug, how to remove any excess oil that maybe by mistake you overfilled. Also, there is another video up here demonstrating how to properly check the oil inspection window, so check your oil level when you fill with new oil on your motorcycle.
If I change the angle of the motorcycle, the same as if I was changing my eyesight, let's say towards the right a bit, you will see that the oil level increases and reaches the full level. If I turn to the other side, you will see that it reduces and goes even below the low.
Last but not least, there will be soon a video up here demonstrating not only how to put the motorcycle into dealer mode, but also how to reset the service interval, and above all, how to create your own cable to bridge the connectors, the pins. So stay tuned.
These are the tools and equipment that we're going to use for the oil change task. A torque wrench capable of adjusting or torquing to values of 20 and 23 Newton meters. Then from wrenches, a normal wrench ideally with an extension, and from sockets, a 17 socket for the oil drain plug, and optionally a socket of size 10 and a socket with a hex edge of size 5 or a hex key of size 5, and these two are going to be used to remove and reinstall an engine guard if you have the 800E or if you have the normal 800 and you installed an engine guard. An oil filter wrench, this is the black one, the circular black wrench that you see. It is of size 68 millimeters and it's going to be used for the oil filter. A common Suzuki oil filter that is being used on many Suzuki motorcycles. On top of the oil filter you can see a crash washer which can only be used once according to Suzuki. By the way, to avoid fusing the crash washer with the oil drain plug, there is a video right now on your screen with tips on how to avoid that, so go and watch it. Semi-synthetic oil of type 10W40 and the approved certifications that you currently see on your screen, and you should avoid pouring any oil that mentions energy conserving on the bottle, because these are bad for the clutch. As you can see, there are 4 bottles, 3 of which are stuck together and 1 on the side. The reason is that if you do only an oil change, you only need 3 bottles or 3000 ml, but if you also change the oil filter, you need 4 bottles because the quantity that you need to pour inside the engine is 3500 ml. I always change the oil filter as well. A funnel to pour in the oil, optionally baby wipes to clean any surfaces, mandatory some clean clothes again to clean, and a pair of gloves, an empty container to pour in or to drain the old oil, optionally a permanent marker to mark the oil drain plug and the engine side so that you know if it has untightened or not, and a thin blade, again optionally, to separate the crash washer from the oil drain plug. Park the motorcycle on a level surface using the side stand. Remove the undercover or engine guard. There are 4 bolts two Allen bolts of size 5 which are on the back from either side, and there are also two normal bolts of socket size 10. There's a video on your screen on how to remove and reinstall the OEM Suzuki undercover. Start the engine and leave on idle for 5 minutes. Turn the engine off. The warm circulated oil will slowly start to gather to the bottom of the engine, and if the motorcycle was on the center stand you would be able to see all of it by the inspection window, but it's on the side stand, so you just see a small portion of it. Avoid the exhaust pipes and engine heat. Place your oil drain container under the engine. This is the drain plug over here. It's a size 17 socket. To assist this process further, open the oil filler cap. To avoid making a mess of the accessory bar from the oil when the oil filter comes out, I have made this carton. I will insert it here. Take your wrench with the extension and the oil wrench. And now we will remove the oil filter, you see? While the oil is draining, take the oil drain plug and wipe it clean. Take the thin blade and remove the old crash washer. Regarding the crash washer of the oil drain plug, if you cannot separate it because you made a mistake or someone made a mistake, I don't recommend it, but maybe you can reuse it. In a future video, I will show you and indicate another washer which is not a crash washer and can be reused many times and can be easily separated. Until then, go and watch my 1 minute tip of the day video for the crash washer on how to properly install it. Take the new crash washer. This edge goes from the inner side of the oil drain plug. Clean the oil drain plug engine side area. Take the oil drain plug with a new washer and tighten it by hand. Be very careful. Do not over tight. First adjust it to 20 Newton meters, 20, and then adjust it to 23 Newton meters, 23. Wipe and clean the oil drain plug because we want to have a clean area to notice any leaks, potential leaks. Mark with a line the oil drain plug and the engine side so that you know if the oil drain plug has turned or not, meaning to untight or not. That's the line. Now it's the time for the surface area of the oil filter, so take a clean cloth, wipe it clean, take a new sealed oil filter, take some oil into one of your fingers and smear on the rubber seal of the new oil filter. Start tightening the new oil filter. Make sure you align the threads correctly. Once you feel some resistance and that the rubber seal has touched the engine side, stop and tighten initially to 10 Newton meters. We will do it in 2 steps. 10 Newton meters. And now let's do the proper torque value, which is 20 Newton meters. 20. We also do the same for the bottom of the oil filter that we installed, so that if there is any leak of oil, we immediately can tell. The indication of 3000 ml on the side of the engine over here refers to the quantity of oil required to fill to the engine when you do only an oil change, meaning you do not change the oil filter. Take your clean funnel, and by the way, here there is not enough room to put a normal funnel inside, so the edge of the funnel cannot be inserted, but anyway you can hold it by hand and pour 3500 ml or 3.5 bottles inside the engine. That's the first one, that's the second one, third bottle, and that's half of the fourth bottle. Wipe the opening clean, put the clean oil filler cap. If you focus on the oil inspection window, it's completely full and above the full line. And you might be wondering if that is wrong, but it's not. You have not yet started the engine for the first time, and the new oil has not yet circulated inside the engine. That is why it seems that it is more than it should be. Okay, so let's circulate the oil. Start the engine and let it run on idle for 5 minutes. Turn the engine off. Now after the oil has circulated inside the engine, you can clearly see that if the motorcycle is upright, just like now, the oil level now is where it is supposed to be, under the F line. But if I allow the motorcycle to sit on the side stand, you see that almost no oil appears there. And it's because the angle changes, and that's why you always inspect the oil level when the motorcycle is upright. So the angle of your eyesight should be 0. If it is more or less, then either it seems that there is not enough oil inside the engine, like so, or as if there is too much oil inside the engine. There's a video on my channel, so go and watch it, where this is explained in more detail. Once you complete the oil change and you fill up with new oil, my suggestion is to not immediately install the engine guard, but to first run the engine, go for some rides and inspect for any oil leaks. And once you are certain, then install the engine guard. Thanks for watching, and as always, ride